will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 6 coming up here. To throw again, it's Allen. Has some room to work. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
13 yards on
Well, we
the
have
play.
seen the value of a big physical tight end. Just like that. Those post routes downfield, so hard to defend. The great tight ends, the physical tight ends, it's almost as if they're posting up on the low block in basketball, and you can't get around them.
Drops back. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. The Bills will turn to their kicker, Tyler Bass, for the field goal try. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Bass's kick is good. And that gets him back to within 11.
That's tremendous execution right there. Really using every bit of time they had left in a methodical drive, paying off with points. And remember, they'll get the ball to start the second half as well.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
One last play before the break. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate the update as always. And welcome back, everyone. Third quarter about to get underway. Got a 2-score ball game here as we resume play. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Johnson now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Bills and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Allen. Pass complete to Cook. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Bills have a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
All set to go now from the 35. Straight ahead, here's Cook. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Allen setting up to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
The Bills, first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Here's a screen for Cook. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Number 4.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
They kick the running back in motion. Allen to throw. Over the middle and caught by Shakir. He's not going to get any further after that catch. Tackle made at the 29-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Running back sent in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He completes it in traffic. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills cut into the lead coming out of halftime. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So Allen lining the Bills up to go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Oh, and he's got a man open. Complete. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails.
Bills 16.
Whenever you're throwing for 2, you always expect to see the pass go into the end zone, because otherwise you risk defenders rallying to the ball and stopping it short.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. With the defensive speed in today's league, gosh, you're just taking a risk anytime you throw it short of the end zone.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Ali to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. They gain 11 on that play, and that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Baltimore first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Caught by Flowers. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Why in the heck do you need 2 or 3 plays when you can get it done in one effective call right there? Go from first down, exactly the tempo offenses love.
So first down from the 41. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Lamar. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. Gets another one into the hands of Flowers. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Henry punches it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens hold an 11-point advantage. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Here's Luke for the point after.
For the extra point.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens push the lead up to 12.
Ravens 28, Bills 16.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Johnson with a return here. Showing a little burst so far. And he goes out of bounds, short of the 45, but still in excellent shape across the 40. The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen ready to get back to work now on offense. And they sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's 2nd and 14. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Left side into the hands of Shakir. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Bills, first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. And now they face 2nd down.
Okay, this defense finally said enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Pressure coming. It's Allen. Completed over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
They'll run it with Cook. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Here's Allen. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Here he goes, third and long. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Bills will turn to their kicker, Tyler Bass, for the field goal try. He was money on his first field goal, Brock. His second coming a little inside of 50 yards. Bass's kick is good. And the lead is back down to 9.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
So we've got ourselves a 9-point game now as they'll kick this off. His return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. Lamar now from the gun. He'll try and run this. Escapes a defender. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Baltimore 1st down.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
Taking off with it again. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Football's on the 48. Here we go, 1st down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Short side option here. He's running left. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
It's a gain
And
of
just
8.
in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
They've got first down here from the 36. From the gun, Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Man in motion, out of the slot. Designed run, Jackson keeping it. And he gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
When they drop these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Drop this one down for Henry. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. A tight end in motion now. This is Henry on second. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens push their lead to 15. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle, well, it can mean a touchdown.
No stranger to this in his career, Brock. John Harbaugh wants his offense to tack on 2 more.
Two-point conversion.
And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead.
Those defenders, they're just as excited as the fans when the offense signals they're going for 2. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and really show some of that swagger that good defenses have.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Johnson now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Bills offense all set for their next drive. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First call here coming from the shotgun. Play action now, Allen. He dodged the tackle. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. It's a 29-yard gain. And the Bills have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple, and he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
He's going to loft this deep down the left. He's got it inside the 10. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
9 yards. That's another Bills first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare, and that's big time.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here. Play action now with Allen. Has it down close.
Allen's pass.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Cook will not score, and it's not going to get back to the line either. I think he lost close to 3 on that play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Now from back at the 4, here's 3rd and goal. Throwing here, Allen. He rolls to his right, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Bills shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Josh Allen, the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game.
Kate, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with their brains and their processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down, and he just put on a show.
Bass on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills get it back to within 1 score.
Ravens 34, Bills 26.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Here's a return from the 7. Jukes away from 1. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Play fake, Jackson. This one's to Andrews outright. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
It's a gain of 7.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Zone read, they'll hand off to Henry. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Lamar off the play fake. Now he takes it. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. And it looked like a Bill got it.
Well, that was quite a roller coaster ride of momentum. It starts with the QB ripping off a beautiful chunk run, and it ends up with the other QB running out after his team forces the critical fumble.
The Bills and wide receiver Brandon Cook set to take over now. And the first half scoring has continued so far in this second half as they try to keep the pace. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Now Allen off the play action. This finds Cooks, complete. And this is taken ahead to the 37. That play made by an all-pro from last season, Marlon Humphrey.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. 2 great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for 3rd down. Oh, another target there for one of the busiest members of this offense, but this one nearly ended in disaster.
Yeah, kind of become a victim of his own success, right? They're keying on him extensively now, knowing that ball could be headed his way, and that time it should have been a takeaway.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, Kate, with the game that they've put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that 3rd down.
The Bills with a punt team out there. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. And he gets his offense some better field position here to start. It's up close to the 30.
On the return, the Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Play action. Here's Jackson. Looking to his fullback now. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's Ravens ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Gain of 4 yards.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. First down, and they go right back to it. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Go get him, go get him.
Another run for Henry. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
3rd down here, need 8 on the play. They'll air it out on 3rd. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Zay Flowers. So that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
It's fielded at the 14. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen ready to get back to work now on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. This is Cook on the handoff. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Allen setting up play action. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight end, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Putting a receiver in motion. Allen on 3rd and short. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable in an incomplete.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And they could really use a good one here. The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he's tackled for a short gain.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. It's Henry on the counter. And they find him after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
You know, the defenses in the league today, they have to be so reactive. They have to be so twitchy. But this was a good job by that front. Yeah, they reacted initially, but then they showed the burst, the quickness, the pursuit defensively to limit that counter gain to less than 5.
6 yards to go here. It's 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. Has his man, it's cut by Andrews. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Here's Henry on the option. And he surges ahead for 5. Make it 2nd down.
Some really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Out of the gun, Henry. And he's right near that 1st down marker as the stop is made at the 48.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Third and a lone yard coming up. They send a tight end in motion. Turning to Henry on 3rd. And what a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up. Now we've got some whistles as a member of the Bills is shaken up and could use a look from the trainers here. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen are ready to get back to work now on offense. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Now run by Cook. And this is brought to a stop up at, let's say, the 34-yard line there. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Again, it's Cook. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Allen on the play action. Into the hands of Knox, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Allen. The 3rd down throw falls incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
That's taken at the 15. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Ravens and Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense. And he has kept his pace up in the 2nd half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Complete to Henry on the check down. And this one does not go far.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Jackson now on 3rd. He's going for it himself. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. So 20 yards on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Running once more with Henry. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
Such a cool picture right there of shock and shed. It's what these D tackles work on in the league. You got to shock that offensive blocker. You got to shed him, and you got to make that tackle for loss. Well done.
To the air on third and long. He's going to run for it. There he goes again! And he has this down to the 34. They get 23 on that one. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
From the pistol, Henry dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
And 10 at the Bills' 34-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Changing it up here, Jackson. Looking right, and he finds him. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Looking to throw. Got his man. Hopkins has it. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Baltimore first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
From the red zone on first. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Kate, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Just a yard left to go on second down. Lamar's going to keep this one. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Third and a lone yard coming up. Here's Lamar on the sneak. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's second and goal. Hill now from the gun. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Ravens have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs then, Miss Kate.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
Here's Luke for the point after.
For the extra point.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens lead by 15 now.
41, Bills 26.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. On the return, here comes Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bills set to take over offensively. And they just saw that lead stretched out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be at sky high right now.
All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. First down throw for Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line.
That's good.
6-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Bills trail by 15. No timeouts and down 2 scores. They've got to find points quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Allen looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Here's a screen for Cook. Escapes the defender, and he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
The Ravens bringing out an extra defensive back on this 3rd down play. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Bills have a 1st down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
As his go-to, it's Kincaid. And he stopped almost immediately after that catch. He's down at the 30. A gain of 15 there. Yeah, that's good for a Buffalo first.
That catch right there ended up paying off one of the longest routes he's going to run. He started on one side of the field, Kate, and he made it all the way across to the other. And at no point was he going to step off the gas. My man, though, he may need a little breather, a little oxygen after that one. Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
To the air again, Allen. Catch made by Cooks. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
A gain of 9 yards.
A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Offense is set. First and 10. Again, Allen to the air. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Second and 10, still at that 15-yard line. To throw again, it's Allen. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throwing now. Ravens get him. Down he goes. And that's really one of the only things this offense couldn't afford to see happen, Brock. It's fourth and long. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Buffalo. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. Rasheen Ali on the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
He's held it just a couple of yards on that carry, and that brings up second down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Lamar now from the gun. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that makes it 3rd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards.
Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
From the gun, a run for Henry. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson off the play action. This one's to Andrews outright. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Bills going nickel, 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Oftentimes, these early exchanges are just a feeling-out process for rushers and blockers. But they can also set the tone for the battles the rest of the game. And that defender, you know, with an early win, he's feeling really good about himself.
Jordan Stout's headed out to punt it away on 4th. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. He fields this at the 18. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So now the Bills will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They're led out by one of the faces of this sport, Brock, a one-of-one quarterback who graduated from humble beginnings at Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
Look up game changer in today's NFL, and you see Josh Allen right at the top of the list. Really, one of the only guys in the league who can make the play with his arm or with his legs in just about any situation. The guy is a game changer.
First tone of the game for James Cook. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Allen. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. They'll air it out on third. He's making a bid for it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 10 yards.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
They've got first down here from the 36. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. And Allen will hold on to this. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
What's that saying, Kate, about discretion? Discretion is the better part of valor. Well, decision-making for quarterbacks is so critical. And that time, excellent discretion. Protect yourself, get the first down, and live to play another day.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. Following the play, though, one of the Bills still pretty shaken up down there. Trainer's going to get out there to see what's wrong. Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. First down, and they go right back to him. They'll cobble together a yard there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Samuel comes in motion left. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Throw secured by Brandon Cooks. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
First down. First and 10.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
From the red zone now. Brought in right side by Kincaid. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Might be able to start their game with a score here, Brock. This is first and goal. Cook trying this one up the gut. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
It's a gain of
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Ball placed at the 7. It's second and goal. Allen to throw. Going with a screen to Johnson. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up third and goal.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Now backed up to the 8, third and goal. Here he goes, third and long. That one connects. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills have a great first drive and get the game's first points. It's a James Cook touchdown. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Vance now to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. First down now, ball at the 33. Pistol snap to Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or with big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Jackson, quick pass wide. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
I really like the timing of that screen call to the perimeter. Get the ball in space to operate and turns into a nice gain.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. He's going deep. That finds him deep down the sideline. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
You can't start a fire without a spark. Well, how about a lightning bolt? What a huge gain that totally changes the tone of the drive.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. He'll work against the blitz. And they'll set up the screen for Henry.
Jackson's pass.
You know, so often we hear of a pass and catch downfield taking timing and anticipation. Well, the screen is actually something that takes a lot of practice reps. There are so many moving parts, from the lineman to the running back to the timing with the quarterback. That's well done.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Oh, he's got it. It's in close. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Ray Davis. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Buffalo offense out there for their second drive of the contest. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Now Allen off the play action. Downfield, and Shakir has it. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Bills have a first down. No doubt they take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Brought down by Draymond Jones.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They kick the running back in motion. Allen on 3rd and short. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
Kate, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time the plant was closed.
So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this. 4th and 4. They'll go. Allen. He's got it to his running back. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That's going to be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock. That keeps this drive moving.
First down. 1st and 10.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Caught just shy of the goal line. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, well, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Davis goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
2nd and goal coming up from the 7. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 3rd and goal. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it.
Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills break the tie here in the 1st. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Bass gets the extra point to go.
Good.
And the Bills take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
14, Ravens 7. Tyler
Bass now to kick this away. Fields this one at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. They go play fake with Jackson. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Lamar now from the gun. Finds the in route complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Has his man. It's cut by Andrews. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 8 on that one. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
An 8-yard pickup.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of game.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. It's a 14-7 game. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? 3rd and long for him here. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Every offense I've ever seen from Pop Warner to the NFL's got this play in the playbook, but every offense isn't capable of executing it because it takes a quarterback and a receiver on the same page, and that page, it was textbook.
Jackson keeping it himself. And he gets this one down inside the 30. That's a gain of 5.
And that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in mind, double digits, and they nearly got it there.
1st down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. he misfired on that one. It's behind his man. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Play number 9 of the drive. It's going to be 3rd and 5 to go. Lamar out of the pistol. He's able to hit Flowers. Caught. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. In that slant, it goes for big yardage.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find out. Really, very little
Second and 8.
statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, but they could be the big gains of next week.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. This one's caught. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Jackson to throw. Hits the slant. And he's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal.
9 yards. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short.
No gain on the play.
Oh, so aggravatingly close to a safety on that one right there, Kate. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. Lamar's going to keep this one. Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss back at the 3. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X's and O's of it, and then even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
Jackson has it, 3rd and goal. Dumped off to his running back. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your 2nd read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
An extra point is up and through by a loop. And the Ravens tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. On the return, here comes Davis. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. The Bills and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. And he sure has proven to be a handful for them, grabbing their attention as a runner, but actually doing a good bit of damage as part of the team's passing game, too. First down now, ball at the 33. This is Cook on the handoff. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Justin Matabike making that stop.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Throwing the out route complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Ravens crowding the passing lanes. They go into the dime for third down. They motion a receiver left. Allen on third down. Brought in right side by Kincaid. 40! Oh, this big guy is moving! Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills take a second quarter lead. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Bass now to kick this away.
Kickoff for Buffalo.
Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. Hit some space around midfield. Again, he's got room. To the 10. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. His 3rd total score of this game.
Okay, we know it's hard for running backs to get runs like that in the open field and find pay dirt from that distance. Even more rare to see a QB get it done. And I don't think that'll be the last time he totes it.
Here's Loop for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens tie this game at 21.
21 apiece.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here comes Davis. We dodged the tackle, and this drive will start inside the 25. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone, but through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Drive starts with an option, right side. And they finally stop him, but not before he picked up 7 on that first down run.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. It's Allen out of the pistol. He shovels this one forward. And second down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Motion.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Going right back to Kincaid, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. They'll air it out on 3rd. Nowhere to go with it, so he's just going to throw this one away.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
They're bringing out Mitch Wisnowski to punt it away on 4th. Back for the Ravens, LeJohntay Wester. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. The Ravens and Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense. And unless the coverage adjusts to slow him down, Brock, he's going to be busy and a productive target for them throughout the rest of this contest. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
Complete to Zay Flowers. A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Now it's Jackson. Past the line, he's going to run for it. Jukes away from one. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
A draw now. This is Henry. Give him about 3 on that first down carry.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Another run for Henry. And he's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
3rd down, they need 7. They'll throw 3rd and long. He's going to run for it. And not much doing. He's stopped quickly.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Here's Jordan Stout coming on again to punt. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. This is Cook, and he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Ball carrier brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down now, 7 to go. Another one for Cook. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
I got him.
To the air on 3rd and long. This is hauled in by Samuel. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's Allen. Here's a screen for Cook. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
Complete to James Cook.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Connects on the crosser. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
A gain of 15
The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
At the 45-yard line.
To throw again, it's Allen. This is complete to Dawson Knox. And the stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. Yeah, that's good for a Buffalo first.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
They send the tight end in motion. Allen gonna throw again. Finds him over the middle. And this one doesn't go far. So Buffalo's gonna call its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Ravens' 14-yard line.
Second down now, they need 7. To the air again, Allen. That's Kincaid with a catch out left. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming to the line for their 9th play of the drive. This is 3rd and 3. Again, Allen to the air. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, get to down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Bass's kick is good. And they've taken back the lead.
Kate, if you're not going to pay a methodical drive off with a touchdown, that's the second best thing you can do. You could take all the time down, put points on the board, and maybe a little momentum in heading into halftime.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. He's back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
2nd and 3 now. Back to throw it. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it at the 30. And he is down to the 30-yard line. So a field goal game at the half. A good one so far, 2 quarters to go. Now let's check in with Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hanson with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime reports. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. He stopped on the run back to the 27. So to begin the third, it's going to be the Buffalo offense we see first. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
8 yards.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Here's Cook. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down.
A gain of 3 yards.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
Yeah, not from the pistol to Cook. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Now Allen going to the air. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. They worked hard to have the halftime lead defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL. And especially in the second half, you have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
23 yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Andrews has it, working downfield. And he's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
That's another Baltimore first
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
From the gun, a run for Henry. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
From the gun, Jackson. This one's caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line.
To Rashad Bateman. It's a gain of 11, and it's 3rd down.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
On 4th now, on comes Tyler Loop, going to try this field goal for the Ravens. It's a 29-yard look right down the middle for him. Loop knocks it through, and that will tie things up in the 3rd.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Johnson with a return here. This makes it up to the 25. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. And this group feeling a little urgency to make the most of this one, Brock, after they threw that interception the last time out.
Yeah, we know there's no more predictive stat in the NFL than giving the ball away. Now, we walk that fine line as a quarterback. You can't play timid and scared to make a mistake, but you know you can't put the ball again in the other team's hands.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Now Allen off the play action. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Allen. This finds Cooks, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's a give to Cook. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Again, it's Cook. Rolling into enemy territory. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out.
A gain of 17
that one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he's going to work it ahead for about 3. Second down coming up.
Marlon Humphrey on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Ravens' 34-yard line.
Cook trying this one up the gut. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it. Third down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet. But let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. On the sneak, it's Allen. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
That's another Bills.
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on 3rd down on a sneak and get a first down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment in this one later.
First down, it's a run with Davis. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
The ball carrier brought down at the 23-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills take a 3rd quarter lead. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt.
24.
Bass now to kick this away.
To kick off for Buffalo.
Ali to return it. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Ravens take over.
Baltimore running its offense out now. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Running once more with Henry. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Manages a gain of 3 there. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
First down, here's Lamar. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
Complete to Mark Andrews. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Five still to go here. This is 2nd down. Out of the gun, Henry. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's good.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Trying down the middle with Henry. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. It's Henry on the counter. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
He was taken down.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Jackson now on 3rd. Gets it downfield, on target to Flowers. And this is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. A 28-yard pickup there. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Lamar out of the pistol. Andrews snags another one. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
That's another.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3.
Derrick Henry, the ball carrier.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Lamar. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
Kate, I can feel by your body language and the call that you saw exactly what I saw, and that was a big uh-oh. It's one of the nice things of having a bird's eye view on these screens. You can see it coming at the field. In the field level, you get lost, but not up here. You knew that play was doomed from the start.
Jackson has it, 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Here's Luke for the point after.
For the extra point.
Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens bring it back to even.
31-31.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Johnson now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen ready to get back to work now on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Davis. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Allen setting up play action. As his go-to, it's Kincaid. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Slot man motioned over. 1st down throw for Allen. That's brought in. It's his back, Ray Davis. And he'll get it up to the 44.
To Ray Davis. 8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's been a thrilling game, an absolute barn burner that is shockingly still tied as we get set for the 4th. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Hits him on the in route. And just after the catch, he is hit and stopped. A nice gain, though, down to the enemy 41. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Running out of the gun with Davis. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Brought in right side by Kincaid. And he's tackled for no gain.
Number 86, Dalton Kincaid. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Third and long for him here. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And this is marked out all the way down at the 6. They'll be dangerously close to their own goal line for this series. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson are ready to go again on offense. And this is the type of game that's going to get people talking when people look at the numbers that he's posted running with it. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Can do some serious damage.
This is Henry on 2nd. And this defense bringing the hammer down, driving him backwards to the 9. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Wouldn't be a comfortable spot to punt it. Can they avoid that by converting here on 3rd? And this is going to be halted just before he can reach the 30. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
It's a gain of 20.
Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Now we've got some whistles as a member of the Bills is shaken up and could use a look from the trainers here. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Got a man downfield, it's Bateman. He does it, touchdown Baltimore! The Ravens take a 4th quarter lead.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Here's Loop for the point after.
The extra point.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7.
Bills 31.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Johnson with a return here. He dodged the tackle. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Bills offense all set for their next drive. And they're taking the field knowing that they need a touchdown here, Brock. More pressure on them now than they've had any drive so far this game.
Well, our colleague, Charles Davis, has a line for a spot just like this. Pressure, it can burst pipes, but can also create diamonds. Let's see what the outcome of this pressure is going to be.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Davis gets it from the gun. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Teddy Buchanan on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Rambo, watch the tight end, watch the tight end, watch your key.
Throwing here, Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
It's a gain of 8.
Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Bills have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35. Handoff here to Davis. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
taken down right
So
at the
close
line
to
of
a big
scrimmage.
loss of yards for
No
those
gain
guys
on
up
the
front.
play.
1
Brings up
second
second
sooner,
and
they
10.
got a tackle behind
At
the
the
line, but a
36-yard
stop to
line.
celebrate nonetheless.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Allen looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled for a short gain.
To Josh Palmer. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Ravens going with a dime package now. 3rd down. Throw here. 3rd down. Catch made by Cooks. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Gain of 6.
They get 6 and a
the
first down as
Bills,
well.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Shotgun handoff to Johnson. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. Yeah, that's good for a Buffalo first.
That's another Bills.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Allen now on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And this one does not go far.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now Allen off the play action. That's brought in downfield by Kincaid. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
38 yards.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helps set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down as this defense shows some backbone. Great stand to get him at the 2.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
There's just no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. In there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
Davis gets it on the draw. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Bills now trailed by just a point in the 4th.
Down Bills.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th.
Is tied at 38 all.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Ali to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Ravens send Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this second half. First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll motion the slot man right. First down, here's Lamar. Gets another one into the hands of Flowers. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Well, nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook curl route. I think they were running curl routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
2nd and 3 now. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. This is close, but I think they stopped him short, partner. Yep, the spot's at the 37. It's going to be 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. Jackson on 3rd and 1. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And their 4th sack of the game, Brock, brings up 4th down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And a fair catch made here at the 17. The Bills set to take over offensively. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. Finds Johnson out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And the Bills have a 1st down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
On 1st down, Allen finds him over the middle, and he'll get it up to the 44.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
2nd down run by Davis. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Motioning one of the tight ends. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So he can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
New set of downs is not off to a real good start here, Kate. And I know every yard counts in this league, but that lone yard, it's not going to really change what they're thinking about doing here on 2nd down.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Davis takes it straight ahead. He's got it in the red zone. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
17 more yards. That's another Bills 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 11-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Bills going for the win here. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw now, Allen. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards of it into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker, 4th down.
It's a gain
With
of
1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout.
And less than a yard.
Big moment for Tyler Bass here. This is a chip shot from the left hash. That one is good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed the lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Bass now to kick this away. Ali to return it. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Ravens send Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Connects on the crosser. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
He keeps it and takes off. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
As quarterback, Kate, you got to hope that those crumbs don't just lead to the cookie in the passing game. A short scramble like that may open up a bigger one down the road.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Setting up to pass. Hopkins making the grab downfield. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play as well as a new set of downs.
Well, that's sure one way to take the lid off a defense. Great work to find the biggest hole in the coverage and, more importantly, go exploit it.
Back to throw. He's going to tuck it and run. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And, Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Now a crucial point after to stretch the lead beyond a field goal. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now.
Bills 41.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Johnson now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw it. This finds Cooks complete. And that is exactly what they needed. A quick first down, and he freezes that clock.
That's good.
Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Finds Kincaid. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's 1st down. Shakir in motion right. 1st down throw for Allen. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
Such a big part of that breakup, Kate, or any breakup as a corner, is your positioning relative to the target and really the timing of it all. You could be in the right spot, but if you don't time it, that ball is still caught at this league. That corner played that one nearly perfectly.
To the air again, Allen. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there, and just 11 seconds remaining. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on and on.
Now to throw. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that brings up 4th and long.
4th down.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
All right, down by 4. They got to have this one on 4th down. Desperation time here. This is for the ball game. And a man is there to knock it away. Great defense to not only deny that touchdown, but force this turnover on downs. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a 1-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Buffalo.